rows of servers and equipment. If you just set all that up and then you run your business and you don't do any preventative maintenance, there's a pretty good chance you're going to get into the weeds at some point. And that's just an awful thing when you smell burning wires. Damn it. If you would have just brought Green Clean Technologies on board, you wouldn't have that problem. Making sure that those pristine environments are as sanitized and absolutely perfect, pollution-free and clean without any oddly charged static floating through the air, which could wreak havoc upon your system. Green Clean Technologies, call them at 989-560-7272. If you work in a bank, data center, whatever it is, if you run any type of operation like that, Green Clean Technologies. As I see that while I speak, my buddy Alan from Blue Frost IT is checking out my computer, making sure that things are going well. Thank you, Alan. Hello to you. More on you later on. Also, I'm blessed to have been given the opportunity to talk about all of the amazing initiatives in place at the health department, the Kent County Health Department. Thank you to them. You can reach out 616-632-7200 if you need information about the WIC program, okay? We are not through the pandemic, and some folks are struggling to make ends meet. You pay into it your whole life. Take advantage of it, the WIC program with the Kent County Health Department and any health department for that matter. Also, they are open for business. They got the whole staff there and everybody involved with testing for sexually transmitted infections and any treatments that can be made available to you and yours. Hopefully you're not taking your kids in for, hey, everybody, let's go get our sexually transmitted infections taken care of as a family. That would be weird. There's 4 coronavirus testing stations in and around Kent County. Reach out to the health department for more information. They're online at accesskent.org. All right. We are in the Metal Works Body Shop Fear Bunker Studio. Metal Works. Hold on. Metal Works.
Benny the Wonder Dog. Benny the Wonder Dog. Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. Yeah. Benny the One-Eyed Dog. Benny the One-Eyed Dog. Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. Don't you want him?
And now, here's a guy who has never won a congeniality award at any radio station anywhere.
I will fight you in the street.
It's the Eric Zane Show Podcast with your host, Eric Zane.
Yeah, thank you very much, Johnny. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show Podcast. This is a daily expletive-filled rant covering news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Like I said, from the Metalworks Body Shop Fear Bunker Studio, we have begun again. Yeah, I decided I would bring Benny the One-Eyed Wonder Dog in here today. So if you are only listening to the audio podcast, you might want to check it out online on Facebook to see the video of Benny, who, as it goes, for him to sit there right now for any amount of time and look reasonably comfortable is saying something. Now, right now he's sitting, he's not laying down, and so I'm concerned he's going to get up and walk away because he's kind of a nervous fellow. The dog I knew him in his past life, but it takes all of our efforts to always keep this guy calm. All right, he's laying down again. This is a great sign. Look at him go. This is extremely rare. He is a complete work in progress. And we take really, really good care of this dog. You got to be really careful. I mean, he snuck out the front door the other day. In fact, it was yesterday. And he goes walking down the driveway, and he's really tentative about it. And it's a slow trot. And he's looking over his shoulder at me like, can I just go for this walk by myself? Just kind of look around. And I live in a cul-de-sac, so then he's off of the driveway now. He's in the cul-de-sac. And he's trotting along slow, and he looks back like, oh, is this okay? Is this going to be all right? And I'm about to tell him, no, you can't go. You can't just go wandering away. And I don't know what makes him do this, but I go, Benny, and I don't even want to do it because if he hears my inflection and tone of voice, he's gonna freak out. But I speak like that, and then I say N-O. I mean, like if I said N-O right now, like the word, he might just snap, okay? And so I said that, and I didn't like yell it. I just said it, and he stops in his tracks, and he looks back at me, you know, like I'm frickin' Michael Vick or something back in the day. And then he like rolls over on his back like, oh no, what have I done? The shame. And I'm like, come on, man. Give him a big belly rub in the middle of the frickin' cul-de-sac. All good. Hey, buddy. Hey. See that tail? No. Yeah, hey. They love you. Look it. This is you and this is you. Oh, dear. Oh, my God. I love that dog so much. We just passed his gotcha day last month. I think it was last month. Okay. We have a ton of things to get to on the show. Some of it's good. Some of it's a little janky, a little bad. Some of it has nothing to do with the shit that's going on in the world. I'm telling you, if I did not talk about the shit going on in the world, I don't know what I would do. You know, and you gotta be careful because the last thing you want to do is turn what you've built, me, and this show into just, you know, something that it's not. But at the same time, you got to kind of reflect what's going on, you know? So I try to do my best in that regard. We've got a story about some cops in New York City that had a little something not wanted in their milkshakes from Shake Shack. If you're Shake Shack, I had never heard of Shake Shack prior to the pandemic. It's not around where I'm at. And then I found out who Shake Shack was when I found out that they got like tens of millions of dollars in the small business relief thing because they applied, this massive restaurant chain, they applied as a loan, which they got a lot of money. That was the one that the Los Angeles Lakers got like $25 million. That money was set aside for like, you know, a guy who owns a business and probably works 14 hours a day at his pizza joint. That's what that money was set aside for. And the L.A. Lakers end up pilfering it. Of course, they all got busted and they all gave it back because they knew it was a shitty thing to do. The fact that they even applied is embarrassing. Anyway, some New York City cops, they got something they didn't want in their shakes, so that's Shake Shack back in the news. My God. Did you know that the Ford Bronco is making its triumphant return soon? I did not know this. The last I had heard, I hadn't heard a bit about this, and this so this is happening very soon. The Ford Bronco is going to make its triumphant return with a strange, unexpected twist. Which, boy, I don't know if this is a bad thing, a good thing, doesn't matter thing. There was an incident here in Michigan that's going to give you a great example of why you have to carry a pistol. I don't do guns, Zane. I'm not interested in guns. You should be, and you're making a horrible mistake if you're not. Sorry. Some celestial excitement that may blow your mind. Not kidding. I'm telling you, man. Woo. And Howard Stern responds to the blackface incident that we discussed yesterday. And frankly, I'm still a little thunder on the story. Stern hit it out of the park. I am so happy that he did address this. All is well, as far as I'm concerned. And I cannot wait to talk with you about that. Had a lot of buzz on this show, on the podcast yesterday, because of that story. Not everybody talked about it yesterday, and I was a little disappointed with that. I was like, this is a perfect thing to talk about. It was horrible, the clip of Stern from 1993 or 1994, whatever it was. I'm not going to play that again. You can look at it on your own. I linked it up. It's definitely not safe for work. It's a bad thing. But to hear Stern talk about it was really good. You might be like, holy crap, Zane, what are you wearing? This has been a long time coming. This is my junk, don't eat junk t-shirt. Kenny in Nashville sent this along. Dude, this is just the best. This is absolutely awesome. Did you see Chunk's family is growing dramatically? He's got all sorts of baby chunks now. So he'll go on camera eating a tomato, and the baby's trying to get at the tomato, and Chunk's like, oh, fuck you, get your own. I cannot believe this. The fact that a guy somewhere in the United States noticed that his garden was being eaten by critters, sets up a trail cam, and this groundhog is so not shy of the camera. For some reason, he grabs the food, the groundhog, and then looks right in the camera and eats. There's tomato juice flying all over his face, and whatever he eats, carrots, he eats everything. And he looks right at the camera. That's all that it took. Now, this guy is a millionaire many times over because of his YouTube channel. There's like the whole world subscribes to it. He posts a video within 5 minutes. It's got 7 or 8 million views. You can just hear the cash register spinning with how much money this guy is making on his videos. And then he's got a line of merch. And then people like Kenny send me stickers and T-shirts, spending money on junk merch. So because this guy has now a family of groundhogs that likes to look at a camera and eat in his backyard, he's going to be set for life. We live in a golden age of content. If you can get local woodland creatures to perform for you and make millions of dollars, it will never get any better than this. If you can actually control the area groundhogs to look at the camera and give you content, you're fucking Dr. Doolittle. I mean, what? Incredible. And and all he has to do now, and he's actually laid out this mat in front of the camera and every things for the creatures to eat, the woodchucks, and it's just incredible. My God, or groundhog. Like I said, woodchuck. Groundhog. So awesome. Thank you, Kenny. I really, really love the shirt. It might look a little Pellerito-like. I wear a medium, so you did absolutely what you were supposed to do. I appreciate that. But it said you must wash it before you wear it, and so I did, and I dried it. Probably shouldn't have dried it because it looks all Pellerito-like. You can see my titties. It actually makes me look like I'm more muscular than I am. But all right, so okay, I'll wear it. I don't care if it's a toddler size, a 2T. I'm gonna wear it. Pellerito dresses like this daily. We may not have Dear Meathead Zoom this week. I don't know. I brought so. With my dad, and he was all about it, but I don't know. Something's going on this week. I don't know if he feels that great, but so I might have to postpone that. Because I haven't been able to send out the invites because I can't. I'm struggling to get the information from him about his willingness to do it for some reason, but I don't know. All right, I'll keep you updated on that. Email, as always, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Yesterday on the show, I had a little bit of a snafu again regarding the live stream, the video. The Facebook live stream is brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. I should say Facebook is brought to you by them. Twitter, on the Blue Frost IT Twitter handle, at Eric Zane Show. And Instagram, brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. We're also on YouTube. But, yeah, I think it was a setting on my end. But hopefully it's okay today. Sometimes that happens. Tim writes this, because I was talking on the show yesterday about how when I had Mike the cop on to give us his points of view from a professional police perspective on all of the stuff that has been going on, he kind of got the attention of one bleeding heart Brian, who sent an email disputing some of what Mike said, and then Mike sent an email disputing some of what Brian said, and Mike wants like Brian's email so that they can, I don't know if that's going to be like a email fight, yeah. Mike the cop, bleeding heart. So Tim writes this, Zane, you know I'm the last person who wants to see a rift between fellow Zaniacs. However, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't secretly hoping that the fight between, now, I don't know why he wrote this. He wrote racist bleeding heart Brian, and I think he's just trying to cause trouble, and Antifa spokesman Mike the cop getting cranked up to 11 before the next Eric Zane Show podcast, Paintball War number 8, called the COVID Uprising at TC Paintball. That way, if they don't settle this beef via email, maybe they can shoot it out like men. If it comes to a shootout, my money is on Mike the cop. No offense, Brian the Bleeder. Warmest regards, emailer Tim. Thank you, Tim. As always, reach out, Eric at ericzaneshow.com if you have a comment, question, or concern. If by chance you want to weigh in on some of the subject matter as I'm talking about it live through any of the live streams, and you're like, oh, man, I got to get this off my chest, do it. I can read it in the moment and might be able to further the conversation. That's the best I can to do it that way. Again, Paintball War 8. Do not be shy about getting me the RSVP. It happens Wednesday, July 29th. I know we have significant time until that event, but I want to hear from you so I can secure this. I've heard from a couple of you who want in on it. Send me an email, Eric at ericzaneshow.com, about that event. Okay, update on a Karen, and this is incredible. I talked about this on the Patreon podcast yesterday, because yesterday on the free podcast, I had that Patreon where the lady was bashing the car with hammers and just completely losing her mind. And then and some lady walked up to her and kicked her ass. Remember this one?
Problem, bitch! You got a problem, bitch! Is there a problem, motherfucker? You put your motherfucking shit on me again, bitch! Tell me to go the fuck back somewhere, bitch! Tell me! Tell me, bitch! Tell me! Now turn that motherfucking hose off, bitch, before I shove up your fucking ass! You understand me, bitch? I'm not a motherfucker to be played with!
No.
Do you understand me,
you
bitch?
are not.
So you fucked up your car, bitch,
Yep.
and you think that,
Yep.
but it ain't, Becky, motherfucking racist, bitch. You racist motherfucker. I'm sick of you bitches. I'm sick of you bitches. You understand me, bitch? Do you understand me, bitch?
Shit. Holy
You
shit.
got a problem?
Oh, my God. Woo. All right, well, that one ended there. There's nothing more to report on that one. However, there's one in the Patreon. I swear to God, I finished the regular Patreon, and then the regular podcast. I turned around, and yet another Karen was needed to be talked about. What? Come on. What is wrong with these women? In this case, it was a husband and wife team. And there's an update. That's why I'm bringing it up. And she was, it wasn't like that. She was a very calculated Karen, but she was still doing this bullshit of